And we're live. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody is having a great Wednesday, or if it's Thursday, some places in the world, I don't know where the cutoff is. Welcome, happy Wednesday. So we're going with Wednesday. I hope everyone's doing great. Who's all here? We've got Elf's in the house, Maker Viking, Jose, Del Mar's here, Nick, Robert's here, Dutch. I'm still in Norway enjoying my vacation. That sounds lovely. I hope you're having a good time. Hey F, hey Shadell, Alan Pound's here, Pedro's in the house, how's it going? Joshua. So, hey, nice. So this is last stream before RMRRF, Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival. I am super excited. I haven't made a bunch of announcements really anywhere other than stating in the stream a couple times that I am going. So I take off tomorrow. I will be there tomorrow afternoon. I'm going with Lightburn, who most everybody here that hangs out enough knows that I work for Lightburn. YouTube and all this is like my fun thing that I've done, and it's never been full time for me. So I'm going there with Lightburn. I will be at Lightburn's booth, but I also will be roaming around doing all things 3D printing, saying hello to everybody as much as I possibly can. So if you are going, please come up to me and say hello. Also, I apologize in advance. Names are something I've never been fantastic with. I'm better with like, when I see from online, like profile pic with name, I'm like, I know who you are. But when someone comes up to me and it's like, my name is, if I don't know right away, I am sorry. It's always been a thing with me. So, and I think it's a lot of people like that. I know in previous years, people said like, put your online handle on your badge. So that way people have an easier time figuring out who you are. But I am looking forward. So I've been up for about 5 hours. I think I jumped up at 7 today and started editing because I'm trying to wrap up Saturday's video before I cannot edit. So I feel surprisingly great. I've had a coffee and yeah, I feel good. So today's stream is going to be on the quicker side. I'm thinking probably right around 2 hours. So that way I can do a little bit more editing before Aaron has to go to work. But I wanted to do a stream. There are so many things sort of in motion that I just was like, I've got to stream. I've got to get things going here. So can you say again where you're going? Yes, Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival. So RMRRF. It is in Loveland, Colorado, which I believe is where original Lulzbot is from. And it is the second year this event has taken place. It'll be the first year I've ever gone. As far as 3D printing events go, the only one I've gone to is MRRF, which I went to in 2018 and then 2022. So I'm excited. I've never been to Colorado. Yeah, so yeah, Liz, see you soon. I'm excited. You flying out tomorrow then? Hey, Candy CDs. Hey, Polo. Totally understand. I am one of those people too. Yeah, I always feel like crap, but it's just like everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, and names, like I can pick a face out in a crowd, no problem. But names, man, like I fumble hard. So, hey RS, hey Hobo. Oh, music's a little loud. I apologize. Let me lower it a little bit. Is that better? Let me know if that's better. It was a little loud for me as well. So, hey Lisa. We're leaving Austin tomorrow morning, driving straight through. Wicked cool. Are you gonna, if you're driving, are you bringing stuff? Are you gonna do like a vendor, not a vendor, what are they called? What are they called? Community tables? Hobbyist booth? I don't know what the term is, but like, are you going to be showing off printers or prints and stuff that you've done? Do you have a date for the final stream of the Enderwire? I wish, so I am thinking, my original game plan was that next Wednesday we are going to be starting on the Positron Journey Maker build. I am thinking of punting that back one additional week and doing the final Enderwire build series next Wednesday. Delmar is with a 24 months. Delmar is our first 24-month member. Thank you very much. I was excited. I saw him in chat and saw the orange border, and I was like, wait a minute, is that 24 months? I made sure that before anyone was able to hit 24 months, I customized a member for it. So thank you, Delmar, for 24 months of support, which is insane. You get air horn, you get squirrel, and we always talk about food. We'll do pizza. Pizza time. Thank you very much. Ender 3v3 or Enderwire? Ender 3v3 today, because so the Enderwire has some weird stuff going on with the toolhead board. So I reached out to Cyborg weeks ago, letting him know and they sent me a replacement toolhead board. So I want to swap that board out. And then I've got a few Eddy probes that from Big Tree Tech, and I was waiting on the firmware to drop, which did drop. So then I was like, maybe we should do that on stream as well. But I think for the sake of everyone that got a sideboard kit, I want to stick with, it's kind of not totally accurate saying stick with the stock stuff, because I'm using an E3EZ and some different stuff, but I don't want to, like, I think going to eddy current on it is a pretty big overhaul / different thing. So let's get it finalized with its existing setup, and then I will switch over to the Eddy probe. So I think next Wednesday we'll probably do that, and then we'll start the positron build the following Wednesday. I've got all parts in, all parts printed. The only thing I need to do is I need to print out a jig and cut the shaft of the motors down a little bit shorter because the positron is a fairly compact build. So I ordered a Dremel diamond wheel that I'm just going to basically clamp the stepper in, clamp the jig onto the shaft so I know exactly the height, and just cut that thing off and hope for the best. So we'll see how it goes. Then it should be about 13-hour drive home. Nice. Not this time. I was trying to get the Mercury mod done, but fell short. No worries. There's honestly, like, showing off things is awesome, and I would at some point love to. I don't know how I would drive out of the drive, but there's so much to see, and when you bring stuff, like, you have to have sort of a buddy system, otherwise you're sort of tethered to your table. So I think being able to just sort of roam is definitely a nice way to do things. Beacon Contact seems very promising. I'm super curious about it. Yep. How many are going to Rocky Mountain Rep Festival? I am. So, okay. Alrighty, I know Delmar is, I know Alan is. So today what we're doing is we are going to be setting up the Ender 3 V3, which is this guy. So it was sent over by SaintSmart. It's quite a bit more expensive on Amazon. They have it on their website as well. SaintSmart Ender 3 V3. I think it's like $70 less actually on their website. So that probably is the way. Oh, it's way less than $70 less right now. So it is over $105 less on their website right now. So that would be my recommendation as far as if I was looking at this thing. But this is an interesting printer. I am a sucker for CoreXZ printers. Anyone that knows when I've talked about Switchwire or EnderWire, I like CoreXZ. I have no valid reason to like it over a belted bed slinger, really. I just think that they're a fun motion system, and I'm happy that they exist. So this is a commercial version, a retail version of it. The things I think are interesting is that this is a die cast, like the upper portion of this printer is just a single die cast frame, which is really interesting. It seems like Creality took a lot of the manufacturing that they sort of used for the first time on their K1 series and put it into this bed slinger. So I'm very curious to play around with it. It's got, I think, the same kind of touchscreen as the K1 does. It's got the same toolhead, I believe, as the K1, which doesn't necessarily mean great things. It means I probably am going to swap the hot end for a micro Swiss, but I'm curious to see what this thing has to offer. I think it's going to be fun to play around with. I find it hilarious that it's called an Ender 3 V3, considering there's been about 30 Ender variants that have come out, but they're all named Ender 3, Ender 3 Pro, Ender 3 V2. So this is only the Ender 3 V3, but in reality, it's like the 30th version that they've released. And then if I didn't say it, full disclosure, SaintSmart did send the printer for me to play around with. There are zero obligations on my part as far as like the thoughts and the opinions on this thing are that of my own. There is no sponsorship other than them providing it, but that is it. So we will poke at this thing, see what's nice, what's not nice, and then come to our own conclusions. So that's what's going on with this. Looking forward to meet some of you face to face. Yes, I'm packing up the micro changer right now. I cannot freaking wait to see that thing in person, Zombie. I am super excited. Can't comprehend how they're making a beacon detect when the nozzle touches the bed. Yeah, it's like magic, you know? I saw the video and I was like, I don't get it, but I'm okay with it. But it sounds to me like I heard it was not a hardware thing, but a software thing they've implemented. So very curious to see. Very curious to see. Joshua loves XZ too. Yes, I think the regular belted Z bed slinger is better because I can use Z tilt. If it has two Z's, that is an interesting point. You can Z tilt. Could you not no, I guess once you tram it, you wouldn't. But as long as you tram this correctly, I would think you'd have a difficult time getting it out of alignment. But yeah, that is a good point. I think the CoreXZ bed slinger is the best style of bed slinger out there. I agree with that. I really like it. Beacon reads so fast that once it sees it is no longer going down, it knows it touched something. Interesting. That's cool. Okay, let's see let me figure out what's going on here. How's everybody's week going? So we got a manual, which we'll maybe look at, maybe not, I don't know. Well, TBD. We'll probably look at it. We've got a little bit of filament, which I don't know. We'll use some other filament. We'll find some Polymaker filament. We've got a little toolbox, which we've got our nozzle cleaner, we've got flush cutters, we've got zip ties, we've got grease, we have a flash drive, we have our hardware, which looks like a total 8 screws. Is that it? That'd be nice if that's all that we need to put this together. And we've got a little bit of hardware, nozzle changer, a couple Allen keys, and a tiny flathead. So fairly standard stuff. Spool holder. This is the same style that Creality always uses with the locking mechanism. The only difference is this is different. This injection molded piece is different. I'm used to them using sort of a thin aluminum piece, but this seems nice. I mean, it's going to be probably a fairly similar experience. So yeah, standard Creality box, exactly. They have I had your favorite pizza, banana. Not my favorite pizza. Not soup can. Yeah, you got to soup can it. You can have a beacon run 1,000 samples on Z. It takes microseconds. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what this is. This looks like... Oh, this looks like maybe a boat, like I don't know how well you can see that. Let me, hold on, also, ducking under my wire. The light doesn't look like it's quite shining where it needs to be. Here we go. Let there be light. Okay, this looks like cable management stuff. It is, let's take it out. It's the reflection that's killing me. Have you seen the new update we've released on PLL controllers? A lot of new features. So I have been meaning to reply to your message. I saw the screenshot of it. I haven't played around with it. The screenshot looked fantastic that you sent of sort of the whole back-end interface of it. It looks really nice. So this looks like it slides over the Bowden tube and then clips onto your wiring harness. So again, cable management stuff, and this just appears to be a slot, like a cover for a piece of the profile probably. We've got our reverse Bowden tube. We've got our touchscreen, which is, I believe, very similar, if not identical, to what's on the K1, which I'm not upset with. I don't really mind that screen. So yeah, it looks just like it. I think it might be the exact same screen. Remind me to switch the voltage. This is what the sticker says. If you're 230, switch 230. For 115, do 115. Done with dinner. What's up? What was for dinner? Nice. I'm not hungry. Aaron made a parfait a moment ago, so I had that before we streamed. Don't forget to change the voltage. Oh, you already, that's funny. You already got me. Hey, Lucas. I'd like to go to Norway. I want to travel, no money, and take care of mom. Well, maybe one day, Lisa. I don't think I've never, have I been to Norway? I might have been to Norway. My family, my mom's side's all from Europe and mostly lives in Europe still. So when I was little, we used to go, but I haven't been since I was, I think, 13 last. I don't know what this is, but I like the way it looks, and it has a spring. And for some reason, this looks sort of like a tensioning mechanism, but I have no idea. But it looks like this would hook onto maybe the smooth rods, and then, yeah, oh, maybe this is for just assembling it to keep it from crashing downwards? I don't know. Shrimp with noodles sounds delicious. All right, so this is, I like this. I really like this frame, man. Like, I like it probably more than I should. It's really pretty. Check this out. This is a single die cast piece. What that means is good luck adding like mods and upgrades to it. But as far as like structure and just the cleanliness, like it is nice. This is very, very nice. Yeah, I want to take a further look at this. Let me put this on the ground for a second here so I get this massive cardboard box out of the way. Sorry, my nose is, everything's in bloom and it's so pretty, but my nostril hates it, so. Yeah, yep. I want real stroopwafels. William, it got retracted. I couldn't read it. Because it homes to the Z on top, the filament wants to unwind. Gotcha, okay. Standard power cable, nothing to see there, and really just, looks like just base, that's it. All about the base. Let's throw out check foam across the room. Base is fairly compact. Is that it? Is it really? They did a really, I mean, the foam is awesome in here. I feel like I probably should spend more time complimenting companies' packaging jobs, because like, it's one of those things where you don't really think about it too much, except when something shows up damaged, you're like, this packaging job sucks. But I feel like did a really nice job of making sure this thing does not arrive damaged. So let's take a quick look at this top frame. So again, it's a single die-cast aluminum frame. It's got the Creality painted on. We've got our two motors on the bottom, since this is CoreXZ. We've got, yeah, it homes on top. It looks like it homes in top left. There's a switch up here in the very top left. Foam is not good for the environment. I wish they just used recycled cardboard. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's not the most eco-friendly, that's for sure. But that aside, it does look like it won't get damaged. We've got, it looks like, interesting, linear rods. Yeah, so linear rods and bearings for X, Y, and Z. It looks like on the tool head, really tough to show. So it looks like on the tool head they're using a bearing for the bottom rail and a bushing for the top, which is, I wonder, I would love to know why they decided to go that route. We've got a filament runout sensor. We have got a beefy blower fan on the back of it. I can't really tell what it is, but the size looks like a 50-15-ish. But it definitely looks thicker. I would imagine the blades inside are gonna be thicker. Hey Killa, how's it going? Finally caught a midday stream. Welcome. Are you going to Rocky Mountain by chance? Can't find a reason to buy even if I'm very tempted. Unfortunately, the price is almost the same as a Flashpoint Adventure. Yeah, I definitely understand. Pricing is weird right now on printers. Like, I feel like if you're under 300, then bed slingers still sort of like hold their weight, because some of the CoreXZs I've tested out are kind of meh in that range. But once you get like 400-ish, then there starts to become more options where it's like, well, why would I get a bed slinger? So I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that analysis, especially where you're at. Might be dual bearing in the bottom and single one on the top. Yeah, that's possible. One of the worst parts of Creality flagships have to do those brass bushings. I don't feel like I've had issues with it, because I'm pretty sure that's what's running on my K1 Max. But I have seen weird things with, like, I think it was on the K1s where there was sort of some residue, some weird residue. That's also, these are different size. These are significantly different size. The bushing is on a much larger linear rod. Let's actually measure this really quick. I wonder if that's an 8 and a 10? Hey Martin, hey Non. Okay, so top rail, let me reset this. So the bigger rail is 10 mil, and the bottom rail is what, 8, like I said, or no? Yeah, that's what I said. No, wait. Yeah, that was right, 10 and 8. So 10 on the top, 8 on the bottom. Yeah, interesting. I would love to know. So, I mean, there's a lot of things companies do where I like just face palm a bit, but that's one where I'm kind of curious as to what the deciding factor was for that. Looks like our connector pieces are all injection molded. There's a little piece of foam holding this guy to the, we'll pull this off. Yeah, toolhead looks near identical. Other than that fan, I don't believe, because the K1 series has the auxiliary fan, if I recall correctly, they only have the fan up here, and then they're using the side fan. But because this doesn't have that option, and they're trying to help it with cooling, they sort of went that route. But let's quickly pop off the front cover and take a look at this. Or maybe, you know what, let's do that first. Let's get it upright, and then we'll do that. Let's see, what am I missing? Zombie 8 and 10. Yeah, 8 and 10. That's right. Honestly, waiting for a review of K2 to see if they got functioning better than the early K1s. Yeah, I mean, it's really bizarre to me. Like the K1C was just, I didn't test out the K1C. I don't think they reached out to ask me to test the K1C, but it just came out, and the K2 is like now being shown. And I just feel bad. I wish they had more of a gap. I get that companies push out products, but man, like give a little bit of a pause between it. So we've got a magnetic flex plate. It feels decent. It's a single-sided. This is, I don't know, I wouldn't print on this and call it smooth PEI. This is just spring steel on this side. But you've got powder coated PEI on this side. Magnets feel decent. We've got our 2 retaining screws here, which is nice. And then they've got pretty, this is nice as far as the, oh gosh, strain relief. The strain relief feels good on this. Feels nice and smooth. Again, linear rods. These are definitely 10 mil rods. It looks like this is a die-cast aluminum base piece as well. Do we want to pop open the bottom? Yeah, it looks like there's only a handful of screws. So let's just take a quick look, see if there's anything exciting down there, and then we'll get this thing going. Hey Tor, I know you're going. I'll see you in a couple days. When are you taking off? Do you have a waste PEI? We know. No, not on retail printers, which is funny that you said that, because if you watch this Saturday's video, I'll just tell you it's a review on the Q1 Pro. I'm fashionably late for that review, but I've had that printer for a couple months now, and boy, boy, did I take out a big chunk of PEI on that one. That one thankfully was double-sided, but I showed off in there. I leave tomorrow afternoon. I'll be at the TH3D booth, so right when you walk in, sweet. Are the booths assigned as far as location? I've never been to this event, so I don't know how they have it all set up. That means, because I'll be at Lightburn's booth, so that if that's the case, then maybe we already have a table too, or is it because TH3D is a sponsor? What else we got here so far? Yeah, I agree. I feel like this machine is being slapped on heavily because it's not a CoreXZ. And I get the reasoning. Like, I understand. It's not like people are like, oh, bed Slinger, oh, $400. Like, why? So I do get why that's the case. But it makes me sad because from what I've seen externally, this feels like what, like top tier for a low cost bed Slinger, at least from a hardware standpoint. Is it in reality? I don't know. We've seen so many times where specs don't always equate to a good machine. Actually, often they don't. So we'll see. So we got a big board cooling fan. This looks like a 4020. Am I wrong? That might be bigger. Is it a 50 millimeter fan? That thing's huge, which is nice. That means that it probably won't be very loud. Lightburn has a table. Yeah, I definitely know we have a booth. We shipped a pallet. Slots in the bottom. Feet might make for some cool mods. That's a good point. I will see. Oh, you're going. Cool. We'll be bringing the Stinger. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's exciting. I look forward to seeing it. Yeah, so this is a 60 millimeter fan. So I was definitely wrong when I said 40. This is not how I should be doing this. 50-15 is what this looks like. It probably says on it, doesn't it? It says 60-15. That doesn't seem right. Yes, it does. Did I say 50? Measurements are tough. I should just, next time I'll read. Reading is apparently tough also for me. So thank you all for joining me on today's lesson. Okay, so we've got a big board, which does look proprietary. One thing I find interesting is that almost every single Klipper board that's been released, no, every single Klipper printer that's been released by a large manufacturer, Chidi, Elegoo, Kingroon, they are all using white labeled maker base boards, typically Skipper variants. Creality's not. Creality seems, I mean, they're either manufacturing these in-house or they're paying someone, but these are completely custom boards. So it is rocking a GD32AF303. It's got a Wi-Fi, you can see Wi-Fi chip built in. There is an antenna coming off of it. We've got a, this is interesting. I wonder if this is similar to, there's a, what the hell? Oh, I have manual focus on, that's why. Or no, I have the opposite. God, maybe I'm not doing well. I was like, I'm doing fine today, I feel great. Light printers next to 3D gloop. Oh, sick, cool. Looks like a 5010. You would be nearly correct. Not totally, shame on you, I've teach you how to use the calipers. Be nice if they use Noctua fans. Yeah, I agree. Have they used the same board as for their K1? I don't know. I have looked at the K1 board, but it's been so long that I don't remember. Looks like the K1 board. Yeah, it might be. MKS makes solid boards. I agree. They've been making boards for a long time. Even in the laser space, that's what they're known for. So we've got a 15 amp breaker. But yeah, this board here is interesting. So this is a tiny little breakout board type thing that has a port that says nozzle. It says USB-Y. So I'm wondering if this is sort of similar to what LDO is doing with their Nighthawk board. I wonder if they're feeding USB via this board and sending power over to it. It looks like stepper here, and I don't know what this exactly is. It might not be. It might. How many wires is that? That is. Yeah, it could be. I don't entirely know, but it's interesting. This little breakout board. It feels like a lot of the companies are using USB and not CAN, so I'm going to assume that that's what this is. It says USB A1 on top, so I'm thinking that's what it is. We've got a external USB port right here, which is nice. I don't know what they intend. Maybe this is, well, I would assume they probably have an ADXL in the tool head, but that's an assumption. I don't know for sure. But this could be used for a camera. I mean, there's, I guess, a few use cases. K1 mainboard. You'll have a 3D printed Lambo right in front of you. Will I really? That's sick. I'm gonna need someone to. Antenna seems to be pulled out. No, the antenna is in place, not pulled out. Power supply is Creality branded. It's a 350 watt, 24 volt. So it looks like this is not an AC bed. This is a DC bed. So yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot. I mean, it's a fairly clean setup. The board has tons of space for cooling. There's a big heat sink on top of your drivers, and again, we've got this big old fan. So I don't really have any big complaints going on down here. So let's get this attached again. Yeah, these feet are kind of neat. The pattern on them makes you feel like you could basically bolt. You know what I wonder if this is for? I wonder if this is so you can print out something that you bolt this down. I know somebody that's been testing this out. I always forget his name. He's a content creator / big 3D printing person in, I believe Japan. And I think that he ran into an issue where this thing was dancing off of the place he had it on. So I wonder if that's why they did that. Ratrick is a really nice post explaining pros and cons. Yeah, I did see it. I remember reading it when I was doing Canbus because they were pretty anti-Canbus. I am not anti-Canbus. I think that I'm planning on doing another video sort of revisiting this once I play around with the Nighthawk. But I think for your average consumer, that USB is far superior. I think that it's a simpler, everything about it's simpler. It works easy. Everyone knows USB. While CAN, there's a lot of the way it's configured, at least certainly in Klipper, there's a lot of variables. There's a lot of variables, and I've set it up quite a few times, and I've still wanted to slam my head into the counter a couple times during the assembly or during the configuration aspect of it a few times. Let me loosen these. I think I need to enter them. So I do think that once LDO's 36 version of it, and I think Big Tree Tech's probably working on one. I don't have insider knowledge, but I think I saw them post something like on Twitter some months ago saying that they were working on it as well. I think that's going to replace a lot of Canbus, but I feel like Canbus will still have its application. For daisy chaining setups, it's going to be really convenient for that aspect, as well as for long distances. If you've got a printer that's just a big printer, then Canbus is going to be an awesome option. Like, I think that that's a big reason why, if I'm not mistaken, the Phoenix is using Canbus is because of the length of wire that needs to be ran for it. So, are you putting this on right? Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Did music stop? I wonder if Aaron I bet you Erin was taking a nap and she put on Spotify in the other room. Let me see. Doesn't look like it. Let's do some. Mute, connect to a device. It says it's playing. You guys hear music? Maybe it's the air turned on above me, so it could be that. Nighthawk 36, according to Heart K, is in the final stages. Sweet. Yeah, I saw Heart K post a photo of it a while back, and it looks awesome. I think it seems like it's gonna take a while for supply to ramp up on it. Like that's at least the vibes I'm getting from the current Nighthawk and its availability. But hopefully once it becomes readily available, there will be. Waiting for Bluetooth hot end time. Dude, how freaking cool would that be? I would love no wires. We're going completely wireless. Thank you for not cussing and being nasty on your streams and videos. Yeah, no problem. It's funny enough, so when I started making videos, I swore a lot. I was 20, 21, I was working at a bar. I swore a lot. And I still do swear, absolutely. But my goal initially with the videos was like, I want them to be something that's accessible to anybody and not be like, oh, you can't watch because, you know, there's bad language or whatever reasoning. So I've made a real effort. Let's look at the instructions real quick. I made a real effort to not on videos, and as a result of that, it's translated to me not using nearly as much poor language in person either. I still do. I still definitely do. I'm not, don't get me wrong, especially depends on who I'm with, but yeah, anyways, that's not what you asked. No problem. This is not a tiny printer. This is also, hi, Mod Shop. Okay, let's look at these really quickly here. Get this assembled. Check live stream for Nighthawk 36 pics. Oh, sweet. Okay, let's do that. My live stream. Here we go. Yeah, these are the photos I did see, I think, on maybe on Twitter a while back. So this is the LDO Nighthawk 36, which is going to be compatible with like the standard NEMA. Is it NEMA 13s? NEMA 13s? You should just stream in private. He'll make a mechanic blush. That's not true. Hey, Fabrico, thank you for the 8 months. Looking forward to seeing you in like 24 to 48 hours. Oh, check the voltage. That's right. Yep. So it'll be exciting to have these out in the wild hopefully soon here. I did not change the voltage. Where was the voltage? It is on 230. So let's do that. Ah! Hey, Ajax. Welcome. Welcome back. You were already a member. It has a USB break. Wait a minute. So you're telling me with that board, you'll be able to, wait, here we go. We're going like, you guys can't see what the heck I'm doing. So you're saying you'll be able to use USB without having to run like a full USB cable? You just take the 4 wires and it gives it USB? Because if so, that makes me very happy. Hold on, we're going back for more. Let me go open in browser. Go big. Oh, okay, so just, is this it? V1, no. Is this what I'm looking for? That's exciting though. I mean, that's super exciting. Also, holy cow, there's a lot going on. I'm just gonna throw out some sound effects. We're cheering, everyone's cheering. Thank you very much. What do we got? We got Liz with the 15 months, Rocky Mountain Festival soon. I cannot stinking wait. I'm like already feeling like overwhelmed with excitement, and I know once I touch down, it's just gonna be, or once I leave tomorrow to the airport, it's gonna be very real. Kevin, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. Void Phoenix, thank you for 6 months. Cheers. Fabrico, thank you very much for the 10 gifted memberships. We gotta do Hadouken for everybody. Thank you for the support, everyone. Wayne, thank you for the 14 months. Holy carb, 14 months. You gotta go. What do we got for you? We've got I wonder what's for dinner. It's dinner somewhere. Awesome, thank you. Is there any date for the final stream of the Underwire? You asked that earlier, Polo, and I answered you, you silly. I said probably next Wednesday when I get back. I was planning on starting the positron next week, and I need to cut the, one second here. I I need to cut the motor shafts down. I don't think, I get back Monday night, and Tuesday I'll be sort of recovering and working on a few things. I don't think I'll have a chance before Wednesday, so maybe we'll do the final Enderwire stream. Oh, come on. We'll do the final Enderwire stream. And what is going on? I'm sorry, guys. So the feet on the tripod are kicking out. What is going on here? My first stream, I apologize. I'm so sorry. Oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah, if you go back to when you asked it, I'm sure it took me a while to respond, but once I did, I went on a big old rant about it. Hey, TJ! Pineapple pizza with banana. Not gonna happen. If we ever meet in person, Nappin, and you have a banana pizza, I will have a big bite that includes one of each like topping on that pizza for you. And that is it. that is my promise, and that is all I will do. Okay, so we've got a spool holder going on to the side here. So we've got these kind of almost thumb screws sticking down here. So it looks like this just kind of goes like this, and that's it. It just slots down, no hardware. That's cool, okay. And surely this is going to be sitting in here. What am I doing wrong? How am I still figuring out a way to do something wrong? Is it backwards? It's back. Nope, it's not. Okay, hold on. Let me read this. Ajax says, I'm still waiting on an order from PCBWay to build more TD1s for Rocky Mountain. No worries. I mean, if it doesn't, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you that it does happen, but if for some reason it doesn't, then no worries at all. I felt terrible. Ajax had reached out, I think it's been months ago now, on stream and was mentioning the TD1, and I saw the message. I thought I responded. Apparently I did not respond, and I just saw it now, so I felt like crap. I am not great at responding. There's just so many platforms, so many messages. Everyone knows I'm a squirrel. Like, I'll read a message, get distracted, think I responded, and forget about it, and the notification's gone. So it sucks. I felt really bad. Might just be a unit instead of a kit. Yeah, no worries. Definitely don't. Whatever is available is no problem. Gantry frame. Place the gantry frame into the slots. It says place it into the slot, so do I need to just kind of give it a little bit more push? Is that what it is? That's what it is. It just needs a little more oomph. Please insert the correct position for the power supply switch. We did do that. Pay attention for locking the bottom 4 bolts. Wait, what do you mean? Okay, we'll look at the instructions here. New Creality, yeah, they are pretty. They're really clean. It looks like they went with a new toolhead design on the K2 from, I think I saw it in Sam's video, and it looks clean. It looks even cleaner than this, in my opinion. Really like aerodynamic looking. Okay, M4 8 screws, and it looks like they've only got one style of screw in here, and this is it. There's 8 screws for the entire assembly, which I think that's awesome. That is a very good user experience, not having to wonder what screw is it, where does it go. Like, there's literally one single bag with 8 screws in it, and that's all you get for assembling this. All right. Ender 3 V3 really feels like a new generation. Yeah, I just wish it came out sooner. I wish that it really was after like the Ender 3 V2 or whatever. Like, if this had come out at that point, oh my gosh, like it would have taken, I think, the hobby market by storm, really. But because it's like, coming out alongside all these big hitter CoreXZ printers and such, it's just getting lost in the shadows, which I get. Like, I absolutely understand why. I'm curious to see sort of how this thing, like, they just released the Plus version of this, which I don't really have much interest in. Like, this to me, 300mm bed slinger is the biggest I'll really ever go comfortably. But this to me is the ideal size for a bed slinger. I wonder if they also cheated on this one boat benchy file with this printer. We'll find out. We can definitely print it. Let me make sure I don't strip anything. Okay. I feel like most of the manufacturers are not doing like speedboat rules. They're just print boat fast. I'm like, there's only one wall and 2% infill and a 0.6 nozzle. All right, this side's locked in. Let's get the other 2 screws. They had viable temp speeding, custom acceleration changing all the time through the print. Oh, you're saying on the on their cheating benchy? Do you plan to test the Soval SV08? Yes, I've had the SV08 for, I would say, at least a month now. I will not be doing a launch video. I've gotten really, I've been making videos on 3D printers for a long time, and I've gotten really tired of rushing to try to get videos out on launch. And I've backed off of that quite heavily for a while now, which doesn't do me any favors. Like, there's already so many videos out there and all that. I've got a backlog. I don't just review printers. I mean, that's only a small fraction of what we do on this channel. So I will be doing a video on it, but realistically, like, I think they come out tomorrow, right? I probably will have a video out in like 3 or 4 weeks, maybe. Like, I'm not, so there will be a lot of videos first already out there, but I will be covering it. I've got thoughts on it, some good, some bad. Like most printers I review, not nothing, but most printers aren't just good or bad. There's positives and negatives, and I feel the exact same way about the exact same way about this. Andrew, for the Rocky Mountain RepRapFest After Party Cash Bar Fund. That is, I will, well, we got a cheer for that and a Hadouken. That sounds fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing you. You said you're doing a table again this year, right? I love me some bed slingers, just interesting. I aim to own a couple of different motion system printers just because it's cool. Yeah, I'm a big nerd. I love 3D printing and the different technologies and motion systems as well. So I like CoreXZ, and I've mentioned this before. Like, if someone comes up to me, hold on, we got a face cam for this. If someone comes up to me and says, hey Daniel, I've got this bed slinger and I've got this CoreXZ printer, and they've got the same build volume and you know, similar hardware, almost the same hardware components, and you can pick one or the other, I'm going with the CoreXZ. Like, if it comes down to it, the rigid motion system is awesome, and the bed not having to fling back and forth when you're printing big parts is also awesome. But a lot of times what I'm printing, the weight isn't that big of a factor. Like, I'm not a big prop printer. I'm printing small functional parts, and these do fantastic. Also, things like big 3D printers, I get, like, everybody wants big 3D printers, and there's totally a demand and a need for them. But most of what I'm printing is like the size of my fist. Like, I'm printing a lot of small, like, hooks, brackets, assembly things, and big printer means it's taking a lot longer to heat up. So there's give and take with everything. I'm happy that there is a solution for just about every problem in this space, but it's not a one shoe fits all. It never has been. I don't think it ever will be. I don't see how it can be. It's just, there's so many different applications, and yeah, that's how I feel. I like big prints, and I cannot lie. Yeah, storage is such a pain. Like, I've got the Magneto X in the garage, and I just put the enclosure on it. It is a beautiful machine, but it's a freaking monster. Like, it takes up like half of the rack that it's on. So it's like, storage is something you have to really start to consider. Hold on, what am I missing here? It says, okay, last two. There's only 8 screws, and somehow I almost screwed it up. Let's not damage. Okay, so there's just two more bolts on the sides, and then we're done with all the hardware. We're plugging things in and powering this beauty on. Here we go, all right. Cannot wait to see everyone. Oh, you're awesome, you're going. I haven't seen you since Murph, yeah, 2022, I believe. Just finished a Switchwire, and it's been rock solid. Yeah, I love my Switchwire. My Switchwire down below in the garage, the LDO one, needs a little bit of love. One of the parts, the chain mounting part's cracked, and the bed wire has worn through the sleeving on it from the cable chain, so I need to swap those out, but it's been great. When I first built it, I had some issues. I had really bad luck with the inductive probe. I swapped over to Clicky, and it's just been such a kick butt printer ever since. Creality, one problem here, the bed cable doesn't plug onto the back. The bed cable doesn't plug onto the back? Oh, that's kind of weird. It plugs onto the side, yeah. We can, I'll take off half a point. Minus half a point from Creality. What am I missing? Hey, what's up, PF? Happy Wednesday. Been watching your Trident VODs while I build mine. In one of them, you mentioned needing a Pi 5. Did you ever get one? I did not. I did not ever order a Pi 5. Yeah, my game plan with the Pi 5 is I want to build a full-size arcade cabinet. It's been on my list for a long time. I have a Shapeoko XXL in the garage with a 33-inch by 33-inch cutting volume. And I either want to build like a full-size that's just sort of the bar top full-size where it's like not the base cabinet, but the, like, so that way I could potentially mount it onto some studs if I can. I don't know. I would assume I could. Or a full size. It would have to be in 2 pieces though, just because the 33-inch wouldn't allow me to do both top and bottom. But no, I haven't. I have not. I have not. How's your Trident build going too? You'll find issues with the probe on the Switchwire too. You'll have issue with probe on the Switchwire too. I've got an extra. You mind if I DM you Discord after stream? Yes, you're absolutely welcome to. The only thing it's probably going to be quite a while until this thing gets built. So if you have a use case for it, I definitely don't want to take a Pi 5 from you if you've got a project that you can use it for. So I really appreciate it. And if not, you're welcome to reach out. But I, again, please don't prioritize this project that's going to go on the list of projects I've got if you've got something else that you can be using it for. Okay, so our 8 screws are in, which thank goodness I picked this printer because I told Aaron, I was like, it's gonna be a pretty quick stream. I've got to get back to editing. And I said, it's a very simple assembly. And I said, watch me figure out how to take this simple assembly and turn it into something egregious as far as time goes. I enjoy all of the chatter, okay? All right, let's take this off. This was fun to try to figure out how to plug in on the K1. Let's see if they, we got a little more slack. Let me see. Not a ton though. You still kind of have to get your hands behind there. Okay, I think we got it. And then this just drops in like so. And did I get it? I think we're in. And then we'll peel. I can't get the audio for you guys, but we'll do like a super slow peel. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2. I can't. All right, it's too slow. It's making me uncomfortable. Clicky put silicone bed standoffs is a win on the Switchwire. Silicone bed, you mean bed standoffs so that way you can sort of manually trim the bed a bit, the 4 corners? Hey Donato, afternoon. Why would you need a Pi 5 for that? I've been RetroPie running on a Pi 4 with no issues. No, so the reasoning for it was that I can get maximum amount of power. I love N64 games, and so I built retro cabinets before. It's been many years, and I think that was Pi 3 at the time. And I know that that's where I hit some of the limitations, was with some of the more system demanding games, like I think Ocarina of Time and Perfect Dark 64 was another one. Trident build is going well. Came from West 3D. Oh, cool. Self-config. What did you do? What did you spec it out? Okay, that sounds great. Thank you, Mazen. Mazen? No. I don't know if it's Mazen. We'll do with Mazen until you say otherwise. Daniel takes 45 minutes on a 50-minute build. We are succeeding our mission. Thanks, Lisa. Okay, all right. Let's see. What do we got here? We did the screen, equipment wiring. We don't need instructions for this, do we? Let's see. We can figure this out. There should only be so many wires. We've got a Z wire. It's clearly going right here. This is a little confusing because there is a filament runout switch right here and no obvious wire. I don't know. Oh, I am a goofball. Alrighty then. All right, let's do the other side. Let's do the other side. Yeah, we need our tool head wiring. All right. So on this side, we've got 2 wires. We've got a stepper And then we've got this one, which looks like it's going to limit switch. This is a limit switch wire. This is pretty. Let me show you guys this. We are all for pretty things here. Let me turn this a little bit like that. Nice, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Let's see, what are we doing for nice today? It's been a squirrely day. We're going with the squirrel. Thank you very much, nice. Cheers. This, oh man, you guys can't really see that. I don't know if you can see the texture on this. This looks like it's 3D printed. This looks like it is, it could be injection molded. I don't think it's FDM. The texture on it makes it look like it's powder. I wonder if this is SLS. I could be wrong. It could be, no, there's no way. It could just be FDM 3D printed with a carbon fiber material, but it really looks like SLS to me. This is pretty. I don't know for certain, but it looks really nice. I'm curious if it is. I'm very curious as to what the heck that is. Okay, we've got our plugs. Oh yeah, this guy needs to go in like this. You go like this. No? It has to go that way. Yeah. There we go. It looks like SLS. Yeah, I agree. Crack it open and check for that'll be in the bloopers. Okay, so we've got one more set of wires, and I just want to take a quick peek at this because it wants us to route the reverse Bowden tube. It looks like in with these wires, and I just want to make sure that I'm not doing something silly. Let's see, it says, first connect the filament detection line, then clip the nozzle line onto the wire. Okay, so it looks like we're going, so first clip filament detection line, that is gonna be you. You are our detection. Then we've got this, which looks like, okay, so that's the slot for, come on, clip, there we go. So that holds our wire out of the way. And we've got a singular clip for the tool head, which goes like this. Uh-huh. Oh, this looks like, oh, that's neat. This is, oh, that, yeah, the design on this, man. Like, who designed this? I really want to talk to them. Okay, and then we've got a singular reverse Bowden going from here to here. I like this. Let me show you. It's a really nice, it sort of leans the cable back. Let me see. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. I realize this tag is in the way. So it leans the wire back, right? And this is your support. It kind of holds, it's not quite a 45, maybe a 35. And then you got a zip tie to hold it in place and make sure that there's no bend happening at that cable, which honestly, it's a really good idea because the plug's right here, but the tie should be fixed at the thicker part of the nozzle line. Yeah. So it's just saying to do it above, not below. Okay, we got that clip in there, zip tie, plug that in, boot it up, baby, that's it. Okay, let's get a zip tie, put it right here. Did I, yep, wrong one. Okay. Okay, plugging this guy in. Sorry, it looks like it's not really in great focus. There we go. No multi-material, no AMS, no. I need this emote for everyone. Just mod it to have a little bit of red on the center tail strip. Looks like what the Prusa did on the Mark III. Is it similar? I mean, even because I just built the Mark IV, and it's similar. I could definitely see that being the point of inspiration for this sort of design, but I'm glad they implemented it because I feel like these are the little details that often get overlooked by companies. They'll focus so hard on like the big specs and they'll forget some of the small stuff that's important, like safety. Okay, I think we're ready to rock and roll. That should be everything. We've got both motors plugged in. We've got our limit switch plugged in at the top. We've got our tool head supplied. Let us power this up. Ooh. Damn. Ooh, that's neat. Ooh, uh-oh. What happened? No, what happened? Oh, I turned it, that was weird. Okay, I turned it off. Here we go. That's pretty. That's got a backlit logo. That looks really nice. Yeah, it is super clean. I mean, this is, I don't want to say the cleanest i3 printer I've ever seen, but boy, it is pretty. The single die cast frame is crazy looking. Okay, so we got English. We're gonna get on the network, aren't we, next? Privacy. Well, there is no privacy here. I think I have to scroll to the bottom. I don't. I'm gonna set up my network really quick. I don't want everyone to see my passwords. Let's just go here. Let's do this. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Please enter password. Oops. Oops. Oh my goodness. What am I doing, dude? There we go. Okay. I think we're good. Enter. That's funny. My neighbor said he was going to set up his Wi-Fi as FBI surveillance fan, and there is absolutely a Wi-Fi network called FBI surveillance fan. I don't know what time zone. This always throws me off. All right, let's go back. This always throws me off. I'm in Idaho, and I don't know a mountain time. MST, is that right? What is, let's see. Idaho time zone. Pacific Daylight. It says GMT7? This is UTC. It's a different standard. MST, yeah. Oh, it is MST, you're saying. MST. Did I pass it? What the heck? MIT, PST, MST. There we go. We did it. Thank you. Area code? I don't want to bind it right now. Self-check. All right, cool. Thank you. Self-check definitely feels like a crucial thing. Let's see. Here we go. Start detecting. So it's starting with our nozzle. I'm EST, you are 2 hours behind. Yeah. Okay, nozzle's looking good. I wish it showed me the status like as it was heating or whatever, because I don't know what it's actually checking. Aaron, if you're in chat, oh, we're moving. What happened with Alan's? You said on his stream when he started up, his had issues right away. Would I have seen them right now in the self-test? Okay, so it's done, it's checked the fans, it's checked all the fans, now it's doing input shaping. Homing. Now we're input shaping in the X. It really is pretty nice though, as much as I don't like saying it. Yeah, I'm telling you, I've been eyeballing this printer for quite a while. I've just been like, man, it looks really nice. I know that not a lot of people are talking about it, and like I said, I get why. With so many printers coming out all the time and it getting shadowed behind K1, K1 Max, K1C, K2, like, I understand why it's not being talked about, but it's made me a little sad. Like, I kind of like rooting for the underdog a little bit, and to me, this CoreXZ that certainly, you know, I could see not existing. It makes me happy that it's a thing. Does this Bowden clips? Oh, does it come with, oh, need Bowden clips? Oh, it totally has, that's funny because I actually showed them off earlier, GPs. It does have these little clips. I'll put them on after it runs this input shaping. No. I don't mean the underdog. I don't mean Creality as a brand being the underdog, Kenneth. I mean this CoreXZ is the underdog. Is the underdog of their lineup, I guess, is more what I meant. It's not the cheapest bed slinger. It's the pricier of their bed slingers. No, Creality is certainly not the underdog out of the space. Jack is doing awesome. We had a really good time yesterday. Aaron went to work and we hung out, had a really good time. And he's down for a nap right now. He fought his morning nap, but maybe when he wakes up, if he wakes up before we end the stream, I can show him. Okay, so I think X is nearly done. So now we should see the bed doing a jiggle. I actually just ordered a play place for the backyard for him, which I'm super excited to build whenever it comes in. I have to level some of the ground and put it in mulch and stuff, but I am super excited. How does it do input shaper on the Y? Oh, that's a great question. This might not do input shaping on the Y. It says it's still input shaping. I don't think I saw the Y do any movement yet. I feel like I would have seen that. I mean, I do get distracted, but I wonder if they're just doing it on the tool head. That was a complaint I had with their pad, the Creality pad, that it only let you do it on one axis. So I wonder if I should have pulled up the IP so we could see what's going on. It still says input shaping, so it's probably doing the calculation. Oh yeah, Y's going. Bed's moving. You can hardly see it. Bed is so they've got an 80XL on the bed as well. Sick. That is awesome. Where it's mounted, now that is a fantastic question. I don't know the answer to that, but they are doing input shaping on both both toolhead and bed, which makes me very happy. Yeah, there we go. Bed is rocking and rolling. When's the Polymaker link go up? It goes up in 28 minutes. Yes, but not a cheap printer. $39 is expensive for a bed slinger like this. Yeah, it's definitely not cheap. Definitely not cheap. I agree. The bed is getting nice and loud. I don't know how well you can hear it. The audio filter does such a good job. Creality T1000. Yeah, he loves swings. He's only been on 2 in his life. It was really loud. He's only been on 2 in his life, but he gets so excited on a swing. So I want to spend more time outdoors with him, but the backyard being all dirt, I'm like, well, if we get him a little play set, then we can do that. What nozzle does it ship with? Oh, we were supposed to open the freaking tool head. We'll do that. We'll do that in a second here. Once this initial calibration is done, we will put the cable clips on it and open the tool head really quick. But I imagine it's just a 0.4, same style that's on the K1. Get ready to cut power when it starts homing for the first time. It already homed, I think. Or I guess, yeah, no, it already homed, I thought. Wait, Ajax, you're saying you did hear it or you couldn't hear it? Okay, so it's finalizing input shaping calculations. I have a Trident right next to me going, "Burr, I can barely hear you." Finance, looking forward to the SVO8 launch tomorrow. I don't expect it to be a great printer out of the box, but I want it for a nice project. Yeah, I think it's going to do well, and I think it's going to have a following, and I think a big part of that is, regardless of lots of quirks, if it is fully open sourced and that you've got a step file of the thing, and so community mods can exist, you've got a $600 or sub $600 base platform to build off of, and I see interest in that. So I will say, if someone came up to me and asked if I wanted an SVO8 or the LDO 2.4 that I built, there's not even a question. A true Voron is built so much better. I mean, it's built up to the user, but if you build it correctly, it's built a hell of a lot better than the SVO8. But all that aside, it's also a lot more expensive, requires so many hours to go into it. So I think there is a place in the space for something like this SVO8. Okay, now it says it's auto leveling, which is the last thing, so it's probably warming up. I wish, that's my only complaint so far, is that during the self-check, it should be giving you feedback so you know kind of what it's doing, what it's heating to, and how far along in the process it is. There we go. Okay, homed fine, and we're going back down. Is it using load cells? Let's see. I have not, well, yeah, I haven't said Z offset, we haven't printed yet, but okay, so it's homed X and homed Y at the very top. Nozzle's going down. Did nozzle make contact with bed? Yeah, nozzle's making contact with bed, so it must be using a load cell? I don't know where, I don't know if it's, ah, they're bed mounted. Yep, I see load cells in the bed. Load cell right there, load cell right there. 4 load cells. Yeah, there's a load cell in each corner of this bed. Wait, it's the belly feeling you get from a swing or a dropping. Oh yeah, you mean that why he's cracking up so much? It has to home. Yeah, so it did home already. What are you gonna try printing first, a cat? I don't know, we'll see. Probably something just pre-sliced as a starting point. Are you going to Rocky Mountain? Or if so, can you visit the Rat Rig booth? Yes, I am going to Rocky Mountain Rat Festival. And I also believe that if everything goes well, we will be building a VCore 4 on this channel. So, but yeah, I absolutely will be going by. I think, is Rat Rig having their own booth, or are they sharing booths with Fabrico? But yeah, I will absolutely, I'm gonna make my rounds. I mean, I'm going there working with Lightburn, but we're all allowed to roam and do, like, have fun. I've worked events before with them, and it's a good time. I will be geeking out at every single booth. Okay, sick. It's gonna be at the Fabrico booth. Nice. Yeah, then absolutely. I'll be hanging out with Hector, and Alan's gonna be at that booth as well. DXL probably below the bed. Also, maybe? Yeah, I think it's probably below the bed. What was it doing? Now it's cooling down? So maybe that's what it was doing. It heated up. It went to the back of the bed. I think now nozzle is pressed up against the bed. It looks like it actually extruded a little bit, so it must be, I mean, it's not uncommon. I think almost every printer manufacturer does at least a small print to make sure that their hardware is working before shipping it as like a final test. Yeah, I definitely can't see. There's something in the middle of this bed that might be where the ADXL is, dead center, but I really can't tell. You've got the PCB heater, you've got a pretty big layer of insulation, then you've got a secondary bar of aluminum underneath it. There's 2 bars of aluminum here. You've got the, you know, again, the aluminum PCB, but you've got a reinforcement down below. So it's really tough to see what's going on down there. The only reason I could see, so now it's doing, okay, so it's going to load cells right now. It's went front left corner. Now it's going back left corner. I don't know why. I don't know why it wouldn't just start the mesh. Hey, AP Design. Sona and Cruz will be at the Fabrico booth, showing off the VCore 4. Sick. Okay, now we're meshing. Pretty fast mesh. So 2 probes, 1, 2. Okay, so 2 probes, and it looks like it's doing a 5x5. which seems unnecessary to me. Well, maybe it's not running camp out the gate or adaptive meshing, but on a printer like this, I would just have it do adaptive meshing quickly before the print. Load cell, no, load cell is in the bed. I wasn't sure whether it was in the toolhead or the bed, but I can see, I'm not gonna touch it too much, but there's like, you can see the load cells. Once this is done, I'll lift it up and then we'll look at the toolhead really quick. Not as fast as the BD sensor. What is BD? Is that an eddy current probe thing? Had to quad gantry level. Exactly. It wants to be a CoreXZ. 3D sensor from Panda Pi. Okay, I think I've seen it. It's round, right? It kind of looks like an standard inductive probe, but runs like a beacon. In that it doesn't have to go up and down. It just goes. Not embedded into the bed. They're mounted under the bolts for the bed. I'll show you right now once this finishes up. Pretty quick for a 5x5. Okay, homing itself again. Alrighty. Self-check complete. That's what we like to see. Cool. So, okay. Sweet. New firmware update. Optimizes the built-in benchy printing. Well, we want that. We want that. Let's turn this off really quick. Well, let's down this really quick, I suppose, and then we'll turn it off when it does this. 160 megabytes for a benchy? That seems like a big benchy. Hey, what's up, Nazo? Yeah, we'll do this once this finishes downloading. We'll turn this off, look at the load cells, pop open the toolhead, and then we will get to printing. Don't forget, oh yeah, and the Bowden clips. Thank you. Thank you. We need Bowden clips, that's right. That is why the wires are looking kind of crazy right now. User error, not machine error. Still uses the Creality byte of Klipper. Wonder how long till it gets rooted. I'm sure it's already rooted, is it not? But didn't Creality's, I thought Creality's firmware gave you the root access now built into it. So I would imagine they did the same on this. It seems like it's running the exact same hardware as far as controller goes and screen that the K1 series is. I can't wrap my head around how Beacon will do what it will do with just a firmware change. Yeah, I'm very excited. I've been looking into a way to figure out how I can implement a load cell into a manual, like, quick swap setup. Basically, the Big Tree Tech, Hermit Crab. And then I saw that and I was like, okay, that does exactly what I'm wanting. So I'm hoping I can find a mounting point on the main plate for this thing that will let me leave it to the main plate, and I just swap toolhead attachment points. And as long as in CAD, I can set the height of the beacon so that way I know the nozzle needs to be within, you know, a certain amount of millimeters from that, then it should be good to go, which is sweet. It gives you the option now, but it still has to be done manually. Gotcha. Mesh under 2 minutes. You're running a 400, yeah, that's crazy. The main advantage for me is that it's not sensible to temperature drift. Yeah, I've got the beacon currently in the VZBot build, which that printer needs still diagnostics to figure out what the heck's going on with those artifacts. I have no idea. After the upgrade, please shut up. Recalibrate? Oh my gosh. I guess that makes sense. We lost. All right, let's turn this off really quick. We'll see if we can multitask. So we'll get the things done we need to do, and then while we're doing, I don't know what I'm saying. We'll give it a minute. Let's unplug you. Okay, so let's take a quick look. Oh. Ooh. Hold on, trying to lay it down slow without damaging it. Okay, so let me get you guys at an angle like this. Okay. That is a crappy angle. All right, let me bring you up to my level. I thought you'd be able to get a better view. Let's bring you up even higher. Let's go. There we go. There we go. Okie dokie. So, load cell. There is the load cell. It is bolted to this frame, this plate that's underneath the bed, and then there's a screw going through the middle of it into, I can't really tell. It looks like just a metal point. I think that's the exact point where the nozzle is pushing down on. So it's, yeah, I mean, that's it. That's the main point the nozzle is pushing down on. So there's one there. You can't see very well because the camera. There's one there, and there's also two on the exact opposite side. So four load cells into the bed. Which I'm like, when are we, like, I don't know what's needed to basically take this and throw something like this on my V2.4. Since it's a stationary bed, I would think that it wouldn't be very difficult to implement. So I don't know what Creality's done on the Klipper side to get these working with it, but it's got to be only a matter of time before we're able to get access to this exact hardware and do the same. Okay, so let's move this down. Nuno said beacon isn't temperature independent, it just automatically according to its temperature. Yeah, it makes adjustments based off of the temperature. Any plans to mod this under 3v3? I don't know what I would. They have posted the Klipper source, I assume the changes are there. Yeah, I don't understand if they posted it, why it's, well, maybe it is being worked on, I don't know. I was reading a post in the Klipper, I think it was like forums, trying to figure out, you know, what's the limitation of why load cells aren't being, or why they're already not in Klipper, given that load cells aren't new. And it was interesting. It definitely seems like there's a couple people working on it. I saw someone that got the neck extruder working with Klipper. Is this right? Yeah, this seems right. So I think it's only a matter of time. And I did see someone talking about getting the K1's load cells working, like bed load cells with Klipper. The sensible upgrades are lights. That's a very good point. That is a very good point. There is no lights on this. Is there clearance for lights? There is clearance for lights. Yeah, we should definitely put at least a strip of LEDs up top here. That is, that is a very sensible upgrade. Okay, so this looks like, to not bend it, I'm gonna have to have the clips kind of back here. Let's see. Let's just do one right here, maybe. One right here. One right here. Seems decent enough. Right, I think. How does that look when it raises up? Yeah, that seems okay. It's a bend. It definitely bend. I don't love that bend. Is that really how it's, I feel like that has to be how it's supposed to go. Let me look really quick here. Yeah, no, it bends. Look at the dip switch. Like, yeah, no, it bends back like that. So, yeah, it seems fine. It's not like permanently bending it. So, what did I miss? You can make a light. We can make a light fit. Yeah. Can you buy the load cells as spare parts from Creality? That's a great question. I haven't looked. I'm gonna say, let's look. Let's look. Creality load cells spare part. I know with the I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I know with Prusa's, I think you have to buy the full tool head, which is why it's an expensive. It's an expensive thing to just get to experiment with. I wonder if, like, oops. Come on, what's going on, Allie? Creality load cell. Sure doesn't look like it. Ah, this looks like it. These look near identical. I mean, I guess the biggest issue I'm seeing with this right now is they don't have the holes for the mounting points. But this is the closest I've seen to what I'm seeing on the Creality printers. It looks almost identical. That's really cheap. 4 load cells and the amplifier for $2.52. That's nuts. Okay, let's take a quick look at the toolhead. Then I'll power this on, and as I start doing the calibration for a second time, because I wanted to update for a benchy, we'll get the giveaway link open. Bamboo sells spare load cells. Oh, really? That's cool. Okay. Creality doesn't sell shit for spare parts. You'll probably have to contact support to get them. Yeah, that's a bummer. I mean, that's a huge thing that I love about Bamboo is they sell spare parts, and they sell spare parts for just about everything. And they sell They sell spare parts for just about everything at like such a low price. I mean, it's probably not cost, but they are they're not making their money off of their spare parts. There's a lot of companies where like the spare parts are astronomically priced. I'm like, that sucks. Okay, so I believe okay, I am screwing up something, aren't I? What is going on? Oh, is that adhesive? No, it's not adhesive. That's loose. Where is there? I don't see another point. This is attached. Dude, what? It shouldn't have anything to do with the extruder. I'm 99% sure on the K1, all I did was remove 2 screws. It's definitely not being, it's being held from the top somewhere. And the top looks like it's just being held on with pegs. I am confused. I just don't want to snap something. I feel like I'm putting more force than I should have to. Let's see. Does Creality have any? Let me see if there's anything in here actually. Nope, that's just the startup. Grab a hammer. Perfect. Hey Luke, how's it going? Hey, you got two-year membership too. I don't know when that happened. Let's do. Oh, thank you for the support. Let's see. Creality, Ender 3, V3, nozzle swap. Ender 3 V3 SE, Ender 3 V3 KE, Ender 3 V3. Different Ender 3 V3 SE. I don't understand. I don't see anything really quickly coming up. I don't understand. Look in the back. But there is. I don't see anything. Unless. Oh, dude. I bet. So it is different. It is different than the K1. There are 2 screws, it looks like, running from the back to the front. The poor printer is like, what? Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's what's holding it in. No. Not convinced. I think these are screws for the back. Yeah, that can't be it, man. What the heck? Bottom is wiggling. There's no resistance. The resistance is coming from somewhere up here. But the top is just typically held on with freaking pegs. I don't know, everybody. Is it caught on something? Did they use an adhesive to try to keep it in place? I'm getting close to saying I'm sorry. I don't want to break it before we do anything. You know what? Micro Swiss has a toolhead. Let me see this really quick here. Let's see if they put out a PDF yet. Extruder kits. No, this would be hot ends. All right, let's see. And that's the K3. K1, Ender-free, K3. And if they don't have one for this particular printer. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Look at the notch on the right side. Pretty sure it's got the same tabs that hold the K1. Yeah, it has tabs. You thinking it's this plastic? Let me see. Hold on. Flathead. You really just want to get this thing printing. Is it this? Is there something right here? No. Looks to me like it's just this guy up top here. Yeah, I'm gonna break that if I pry on that. What the heck? Oh, support. Creality wiki. Let's see if they've got something really quickly here. Ender 3, B3. Maintenance, quick tip release, Orca slicer, camera. That must be what that USB port is for. I use Orca slicer to control using fluid, top quick release, maintenance tips. Let's see if there's anything here. No. There's screws left and right on the corner. You mean the ones that the ones I released, or different ones? I'm giving this all but like 2 more minutes, and then we'll just move on, and I'll figure it out and take some photos later. There's a screw here and a screw on the other side. I removed those, so now it's got like that wiggle. So it looks like it's only being held at the top here. And at the top here, I don't see any screws. It has the same tabs. So like on the K1, you basically like pull out and lift up, and that's what releases it. So I'm wondering if they use some kind of adhesive or what the deal is, but I don't see where there could be any other. Oh, dude, I think I got it. It's just really freaking stuck. That's it. Okay, so it wasn't me. Like, I mean, it was me, but it wasn't me at the same time, and that there was no screws. But it was way harder than it was on my K1. Okay, fun. All of that, okay. So definitely different than the K1. K1 is using a stacked board. They're using basically, I don't love how the K1 uses, the K1's boards are. They're using a stacked board with a fan through it. This one is just using it looks like a singular board. There's our data going into it. Here is our, oops, let me lift this up so you guys can see it. Here is our hot end. Definitely some wobble on this guy. I don't love that. The housing has a good amount of play on it. I don't love that. I guess we'll see once I have all the screws back together. Why is, dude, even the sock is being I don't understand. God. Well, if I break it now, I will definitely be going to Microsoft's booth for a hot end. There we go. Oh my goodness. The Creality lights up on the tool head. Yeah, yep, it lights up. So this looks like, does this have their unicorn nozzle? I don't know how well you can see that. The nozzle is really pretty looking. Okay, nozzle is like in focus there. Let me see if I shine my phone light on it, if you can see it. Can you see all that color? It's like got sort of red, blue, purple hues to it. It's really nice looking. So this is definitely not a standard brass nozzle. I'm curious, we just saw on their website, it said unicorn nozzle. Creality unicorn nozzle. That is not what's on it. Or no, no, that is not, that's not what's on it. It's definitely coated though. I mean, looks like my CR10. Was your nozzle really pretty? It's got a bunch of really nice colors on it. It's definitely not just a standard brass. Like they've done something to it. I don't know. I mean, it might be brass, but they coated it with something. I don't really know. It definitely doesn't look like they're unicorn nozzles. The unicorn nozzles seem like they have a like an actual tip insert. So can we get it back on without damaging it? That is the question. That does not look right. What did I do? There we go. That looks good enough, I think. So, yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to show down here for how much work it was to get the top cover off. We've got our cooling fan, which looks like it's a 2010, probably. Looks like a 2010 approximately. Heatsink looks very much like bamboo style, although it looks a little beefier. Definitely looks a little bit beefier, but definitely as far as the overall shape of it, it's very like a scaled up version of it. Brown sock. Yeah, brown sock. I don't know why. And then I'm not going to remove this tool head board right now just because I'm just not. But it looks like the exact same style extruder that's on the K1, which is okay. Like, once they've done the revisions, it's okay. I don't love it. It only has lock and unlock. You can't adjust tension on this thing, so I don't find it great for lots of different materials. But for standard materials like, I don't know, PLA, PTG, ABS, like non-soft, it's sufficient. Mic's off? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I see audio levels. You gotta replace the fans with Noctuas. Oh yeah, gotta go all around. Huh, I don't know. Mike is fine, Mike. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Hey, what's up, John? When are you starting to drive? Tomorrow? So yeah, you can see the big gears. If I focus this. Okay, so it was only one person that had audio problems. You can't really see that, but there are big gears. I mean, you know what? We've got this thing open. Let's bring it a little bit closer. Big gears, large gears. So I don't really mind the extruder. It's the tensioning mechanism on it that I think I don't like. LGX is much better. I still think that it's not great for all circumstances having just two options. Like some filaments need really specific tensioning, but it's a hell of a lot better than just tight and not tight. Okay, so let's see if I can get this back on now. Yeah, it's just a tight freaking fit on this guy. Screws are lined up. Yeah, you know what? Because they've went with a different tool headboard setup on this, I think that's why everything's just packed a bit tighter than it was on the K1. K1's got the stacked board, so things are routed differently. So let's get these two screws in, power back on. Can hear you good? Okay, it was good before. Huh, weird. Yeah, I thought I'd charged the mic, but I wouldn't put it past me to have plugged it into something that wasn't actually plugged into the wall, so I appreciate you letting me know. Why are we not? There we go. Yeah, definitely still quite a bit of wobble on this. I guess my Dragon Burner has the similar, which I think is that the rails on the Cyborg V0 just have like no preload. So we'll see. That thing's performed really well even with the slight wobble on it, so it might not be quite so significant. I'm running an LGX Lite, but even it has one more click setting for TPU. Yeah, the LGX Lite has a setting for basically softer materials. I tried it with a 60A TPU and it did not do well. It needs different settings even more than that, but it at least works great for what most people are printing TPU wise, which is like maybe up to 80A, 80A and up from there. So, okay, this is back together. Let's power this back on, and I'm gonna click on the start calibration, and as soon as I do that, I will get the giveaway open. I just wanna get this going so that way we can at least get a first print going on this. I should have thought that the calibration would have to redo, but luckily, I mean, the calibration wasn't that bad. All right. Did I do the same thing again where I freaking flipped? I did. I powered it off instead of on. The wobble is unavoidable with 2 rods. I don't notice the wobble. Let me, on the Mark IV, I don't feel like I've got the wobble. Nope, there's wobble. Yep, there is wobble on the Mark IV. So I can't hold Creality to different standards. I guess that is just the case. It is pretty. Okay, so it told me to do the self-check. So yeah, that USB port must be for a camera upgrade that they offer for this thing. Update reminder, is that? Nope, that's not what I want. Oh, come on. Version checking, system. Screen off, screen self-check? Input shaping, there we go. That's what it wanted me to do, was input shaping and auto leveling, start detecting. Cool. Okay, let's get this giveaway going. Send, copy link, shorten URL. Okay, link is going into chat. Okay, it should be pinned. If you can't see it, let me know. The wobble is unavoidable. I second the wobble. You have a second board for the fans, etc. behind the black. Oh, no, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I think that what I meant was that the Creality board, the Creality K1 has 3 boards then. But yeah, you're right. There's a... No. The K1 does just have 2 boards, doesn't it? But they're stacked. Well, this one has them accessible on the back. Okay, thank you for, yep. So this still does have 2 boards. They sandwich them differently, which I like better. I didn't like, they basically had, let me see if I can find a photo. I don't think let's see if I go Creality K1 toolhead board. Here we go. So this is how the boards look inside of the K1. It's 2 boards sandwiched on top of each other. So you can see from this side, you've got the header and the socket. And then you've got a fan inside of here. Your hot end fan is inside of these boards. I don't think there's another, yeah, you can see the angle. So basically you screw it inside of these boards, but I don't feel like it gets really good airflow. I mean, that being said, I haven't exactly had heat creep issues on the K1, so it's clearly doing an okay job, but I think it's janky. Like I don't think it's clever. I think it's a janky design. So there's a 10mm rod on the X and an 8mm rod on the X. There are 2 10mm rods on the Y, and that appears to be 8mm. So it looks like 3 8s and 3 10s. We've chosen what we are going to print. I figured we would see something that's pre-sliced. I mean, since we updated the printer for the benchy that it came with, I feel like maybe we should do a benchy. But I'm not married to that idea. Let's see. Filament wise, all of my pretty Polymaker filament is like ABS and ASA. I don't know. I've purchased a few like Galaxy. Oh, here's one. Here we go. Or should we not do a pretty filament? Because last time I did a pretty filament, I remember chat was saying that the pretty filament hides some of the defects, which is not correct. I just think most of the Polymaker filament I have is pretty filament. So I've got Starlight Mercury, which is definitely a pretty filament. What is this? This looks nice. It's another Starlight. We might just have to go, we might go pretty, guys. Feels weird looking through my closet talking to stream. Yeah, I found 2 Starlights. We'll vote on which Starlight. Are these the same? Hold on. These look very similar. This one's got a strand missing. Here we go. No, there's some slight variation between these. Yeah. So this is... there should be preload 13-minute benchy for the speed test. Oh, sick. Okay. Mine... Oh, you got an Ender 3 V3 too? Will the mods ever be there for this printer? I don't know. Like, it's definitely less moddable because of the die-cast frame. But I am sure there will be for gaps that people find in it. Right now, the only things I can think of was someone mentioned lights, which I agree. It has tool head lights, which are pretty, but it doesn't have nozzle lights, so it's just like the logo. So having a strip of LEDs up top would be cool, and then it sounds like they have a camera for this, so that is something as well. But we've got Starlight Comet and Starlight Mercury. They are very similar. When I grabbed them, I couldn't even, even on camera, they look so similar. The main difference is that this is more contrasty. So you've got like this sort of light purple, and it goes into, with the light, it's got a pretty crazy green, while this is more of a richer purple, but a lighter green. These are very similar. Like, these are super similar. When I did the Starlight show, I was so confused. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I've only ordered maybe like 3 or 4 Starlights ever. And I guess I've never held these up side by side, but right now when I held them up, I was like, did I get 2 of the same? In the light, you can, I'm looking through the camera and like, it's not doing a really good job, but maybe you can see a little bit. There is definitely some variance, but these 2 are like half brothers or half sisters. Like these are very, very similar. Like one spent a little bit more time in the, like in the, I don't know, very, very similar. It looks like it has more shades of green. Starlight Comet is going to be this one, more shades of green. Yes, I would agree with that statement. The green definitely stands out more to me in this. Well, this I think has more shades of purple. Yep. And the Meteor and the Aurora. I think I've gotten one of those. Let me see. Is this still doing its thing? Yeah, it's still input shaping and it has to auto level. Let me I'll leave the camera on here. Let me really quickly run back to my closet of filament wonders and see if I find another one, because I know I've gotten a few. Here's a Polymaker. Ooh, what is this? What is this? This is... Ooh, this is the Halloween bundle, Ghastly Purple. That's pretty cool looking. What is this? Ooh, nope, transparent polycarbonate. That is not what we were doing. We've got... I forgot, I've got the Halloween bundle. Pumpkin Patch Orange, that's fun. This is Marble Yellow. I think that's the Easter bundle. Yeah, it is. All right, we're going on holiday with it. I will hoard these limited colors until there's spider webs or cobwebs coming out of them. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's our options, okay? We've got, I don't want to open them until we decide. So let me see if I focus, really focus. So we got this orange, which is a Pumpkin Patch Orange. It's basically it's a really pretty, almost gradient-like orange with black specks in it. I don't know how well that shows up. You'll take my word for it. Hey, hon, happy stream day, plastic peeps. And then we have got a Marble Yellow, which is sort of similar in a sense, but more of a pastel light yellow with black speckles inside of it. Also, we have to take into consideration the artwork because that is important. We've got this little bunny ears down here. And then this one, we've got the whole, this one's definitely a lot louder. We've got little spooky pumpkins and ghosts and stuff. So we'll leave it up to a vote. Are the Halloween filaments the same every year? The last ones were spectacular. I want more. I don't think they are. If I remember correctly, last year was the first year, and I don't think they're going to just rinse and repeat. They might. They might. Maybe they will. Like we're bringing back these special, but I feel like Polymaker, I don't know. I don't know. It's a great, I don't have the answer to that. Maybe Zombie does, or maybe Liz does. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do a poll really quick here. This will be a short poll. Let's see, so we're doing Halloween, oops, I cannot type on this keyboard. Halloween orange or Easter yellow. Yellow. Which color? It feels like Halloween's gonna win just based off of chat I see scrolling, but let's see. Is there a zombie? Oh, there is a zombie hedgehog. I didn't know that. That's so cute. Zombie said, do the one with the zombie hedgehog. I thought he was just kind of trolling, but look at, it's a little zombie hedgehog. That's amazing. I've never seen that before on here. Oh, that makes me happy. That makes me really happy. Okay, we're getting closer. Input shaping is done, and it is cooling down the nozzle to do the bed meshing, and then we will print this. We're gonna have to do it benchy because I have to edit for a bit before Erin goes to work, and I'm on Jack duty because when she gets home from work, I'm pretty much gonna be packing and finalizing a few things. So you named the pumpkin patch. That's amazing. Yeah, I didn't know the lore. I didn't know the lore behind it. Yeah, orange is definitely the winner. I wanted to buy a spool from Polymaker, open the box, and pop the bag and walk away, but they aren't. You should order a spool of Polymaker filament online to the hotel, bring it to their desk, stab it, and walk away. People on the Awesome Squad tend to lobby for colors to be permanent in our Discord meetings. Nice. Okay. I named pumpkin. We had that added. It was an Awesome Squad thing to add. Yeah, it's super cool. I totally didn't know. Size of your fist. Where's the Modbot model? It's so nice to see a bigger nerd than me. What are you talking, dude? You got the wrong guy, man. You got the wrong guy. I'm not nerdy, dude. It's over here with all my printers and my Pokemon. I'll get filament. I had something to do. I will get a filament. I had something to do with one day. The first setup takes about 10 minutes. I'm using Polymaker. PF Dennis, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. Let's do. There's a car rolling by right now. I feel like a dog. See the reflection of. All right, let's do some sound effects for PF. Let's do. Pizza sounds good. And then we're gonna do squirrel as well. Thank you, PF. You're not going to Rocky Mountain, are you, PF? I don't know if you're in the US or out of the US. Okay, we're clearly doing Halloween orange. It is the obvious winner here. So I won't stab it. We'll keep it PG. We'll do a slow. All right. I've always stabbed filament. I never use the bags, but I feel bad. Like I feel like I've gotten guilt tripped into using the little slits now. This is why I don't use the slits. I screwed up the slits. Oh my gosh. Now I gotta pull out the scissors. Ay. The scissors are missing. Maybe if I just pull, I can get it. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, no, it's still okay. There we go. It smells like Halloween. Yeah, this is really pretty. I need to show it again. I don't know how well. Boy, this is so cool. Okay, let's go real zoomed in here. It doesn't show it that well. There is.
Thank you for not stabbing. With the bags.
Thank you Thank you for the, is it, oh yeah, 2 Canadian. Thank you, Liz. Says, thank you for not stabbing, pack with the bags. So, yeah, that's not a bad idea, pack with the bags. Yeah, I'm trying to change my ways. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I'm so used to, I loved like getting into 3D printing and poking it and just hearing the vacuum seal break on it. But to Playmaker go away from maker spools, we need a modbot spool. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything recently about it, so I'm not sure. But yeah, this is really pretty. It's difficult to show, but it looks like there's a subtle gradient. I could be wrong, and I feel like Zombie and Liz know more about the actual like makeup of this filament, and it could be an effect of the lighting. But to me, it looks like there's some form of light to dark gradient on here. And then there's also the black speckles. Like it is very unique, very, very cool filament. So it's filament. Does it smell like candy corn? Yes. Candy corn and unicorns. Alrighty, let's load up. Let's load up the filament. Self-check complete, fantastic. 200C. It's Polyterra, okay. Yeah, light to dark orange with flex. Okay, cool, so it's not just me. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, if you look at it straight on, you don't see it. No, you can't see that. If you look at it straight on, you can't see it so much, but like, I feel when you turn it and you look at it at a certain angle, you start to see sort of those different orange hues. Adrian, greetings from Romania. Thank you for tuning in. Also, PF, did you I don't know if you responded, I missed it. I've gotten so distracted here. PF, Rhode Island, but no, maybe Printopia. Okay, gotcha. CR in the States, though. Okie dokie, let's load some of this orange goodness in. It looks like... Did I? I think this printer did not have a lot of steps, and I think I already screwed up. So if the filament loads in on the back side, it doesn't make no sense the way I have it facing forward. So it seems like this probably needs to go out, and this needs to go... There we go. This makes a lot more sense. Okay, let's move this little sleeving out of the way. I didn't cut it at an angle, so we'll see if we get caught up on this runout sensor. Nope, went right through. There's no light on the runout sensor, which I find... Oops, I find odd. Usually there's a light. Oh, I lied. There is a light. It's just not externally visible. So quick question. A colleague gave me a spool of TPU about a year ago. At the time, I already had it for a few months. Do you think I can? Yeah, I would dry it. I am not a big, like, gotta dry everything person. I don't dry a lot of things. TPU is one of the exceptions. TPU, PETG, PVA, and nylons I dry. Everything else I don't dry unless there's some really strange behavior going on. And I'm like, I don't know if this is a setting thing or if there's something with the filament, and then I'll dry it just to be certain. But yeah, TPU is one of those where it's already such a it can be such a challenging filament already, that why add to the complexity of it? That's the words I'm trying to formulate. If you have not, also, there is a Polymaker giveaway. This is not feeding in. It's because I have it locked. I'm a goofball. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to load again because I forgot to unlatch it. Hey, what's up, Llama? Happy Wednesday. You should have turned the spool around with the graffiti pointing at us. Well, it doesn't feed in nicely if I turn it like that. There's the white filament. There's the orange filament. Wow, it purges quite a bit. Considering I missed my mark and it still got us to the color, that is excessive. That is excessive. Hey, One Eye, I thought I had subbed. This is a different channel. I don't know if you think, because this is the streaming channel. So if you're subbed to the main channel, you won't get notifications for this one. Someone else recently was like, oh, I didn't realize all this time that it was a different channel. Hey Liz, I'm so lazy I never dry TPU unless it's too stringy. We're wild. TPU, yeah, TPU I don't mess around with. It is one that I've definitely had issues with. I never dry TPU, but I store it in weather-tight box, never dry, so it's always dry. Well, there you go. Okay, I think let's just go for this benchy. Let's see what's on here too, just for fun. Yeah, it's got to be a shorter stream today because I leave tomorrow and I am doing crunch time on getting some video editing done. There we go. All right, so local, we've got a spool holder. We've got a camera mount. Cool, that's neat. So they give you the mount for it. They've got a crazy looking test cube thing, a scraper, a phone stand, spool guide part B. There's our 13-minute benchy. We've got to do it. A 13-minute benchy on a bed slinger. I mean, you know, who knows how accurate or like how sliced correctly it is for standards. It could be just base mode benchy, but we'll see. I just want to see what this thing can do cooling wise and overhang wise. A wild llama. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. If you haven't smacked the like button, you gotta smack it. I forgot to say that throughout today's stream. What are we at? Nice, 227 people here? That is incredible. I had no idea. This is the first time I've looked at anything this stream. Thank you all for hanging out. Yeah, if you have not hit the like button, we got 227. Let's get to 165. I believe we can get to 165. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Yeah, I gotta get better at remembering to say something. It's hard enough for me to stay on task with the task that's literally right in front of me, let alone remember other things. All right, there we go. TPU is probably my most printed filament because I use it for the combat robots, and like those don't need to be pretty, so I'm probably overly chill. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, TPU is crazy strong. It is very, very strong stuff. So I could see one of my coworkers is big into combat robots, and I think either is like a team leader. I don't know much about combat robots. I don't exactly know how different like tiers or things work. But, no, she's definitely big on part of a team, and she does a lot of 3D printing for the combat robots. Combat robots. Hey, what's up, Francis? Or Francois? I got this printer I can't see what you said. I got this printer pre-release, but it arrived with a, oh no, ended up with an A1 Mini that was a little cheaper. Do you think it was the right choice? So I haven't had this long enough to really say. I mean, this is it, right? We've unboxed it, and I think that it looks very pretty. How the heck was your frame broken, man? It's a die-cast piece. But I have had the A1 Mini since launch, I mean, since pre-launch, and I had 2 of them, and I really like them. So, like, to me, A1 Mini is definitely up there as far as top-tier little printer, especially with its capabilities for printing with multicolor and such. So I don't think that you made a bad call by any means. No, I don't think you made a bad call. As long as you're not missing, like, build volume that you needed on this or something like that, it's a really solid printer. I love my A1 Minis. I like them more than I probably should. They're solid. Look at 3DX Tech TPU glass fiber. No way. I just saw 3DX Tech had their 10-year anniversary. 3DX Tech TPU glass fiber. I want to make sure I didn't. So it's $68 for 500 grams. Yeah, this is expensive. Well, I mean, it's a specialty filament, so I can't say I'm super surprised. Smash the like button. At least you're nicer to be like button than Mr. Wait, what? Do you know what size bots? I might know her. I can find out, and you very well might know her. She lives east coast-ish, I think, towards East Coast-ish. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I can find out like her team and all that stuff. She's very, very involved in it. Usually if she's taking a day off, I've got robots. So yeah, if you remind me, I will absolutely find out. So here's the Here's the TPU glass 600D. Oh, here we go, here we go. Purge line. I haven't set Z offset. So that's kind of cool. That first line looks good. We're going banana sandwich. We did no skirt, no nothing, just purge line and straight to booking it. First layer looks good. I don't have complaints. Let's see if I can get you guys closer. Okay, so we got 2 bottom layers. Slow outer perimeter. Okay, we have a 3rd layer. What is Speedboat Benchy rules? Looks like 3 bottom layers. Okay, no more. So that was 3 total bottom layers. And it looks like 2 perimeters. So I'm counting 3 bottom layers, 2 perimeters. This is PLA. Yeah, this is a Polymaker Halloween PLA. 3 top, bottom, 2 walls, and 10% fill. This looks like legit rules. 10%. I don't know if that's 10%. I always print 20, and this looks really light, but I don't know. Maybe it is 10%. What speed am I running? This is whatever it's sliced at. How do I... Let me see if I can find the IP on my phone really quick and pull it up. I don't know what this is sliced at. It's a 13-minute benchy. It looks like it's 3 bottom, 2 walls. It might be 10% infill. Let's see. Ender 3 V3, here it is. IP is 192.168.105.195. Will that work? Yes, it will. But boy, does it not give you any info. I'm showing this. There's no info in their stripped down interface. So I don't have a lot to share with you right now. Does anyone, is there a port I can use just to pull up? That's not 10%. Okay, it's not 10%, you're saying. Okay, so it seems like maybe they're skimping out on info then. Try 4408. Okay. Yeah, I thought before we were able to pull up fluid by... There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Speed. 500 millimeters a second, 200 millimeters a second. It's like 200. 200 for infill. This is solid infill. Flow 17. So 500 for the inner perimeter. And it looks like 200 for solid infill. 200 for outer possibly. Or maybe when it hits 70, it's going there. Looks like flow's capping around 20 cubic millimeters a second, which I think is pushing the limits of it. It looks like a little bit of under extrusion to me. Check the document, you can see some settings. Can you scroll the way down? Yes. Fluid, the V1.27.0-61 C5E9A. Acceleration switching, so between 15K and 18K. So it looks like 15 for solid infill and 18 for everything else, pretty much, other than external. Square corner velocity is at 15. I mean, it's going quick. This is, yeah, Excel is changing. Yep. Oh, this is the latest fluid. You know what, Pedro? When we open this right now, I think you were here for it, but it asked me if I wanted to update so I could download the latest Benchy, and it was 160 megabytes, and it I have a feeling that it updated the whole fluid interface with that update that I just did. Yeah, this is actually printing at least as fast, if not faster than the, well, to be fair, this isn't the default profile. This is like an optimized speed benchy, but Yeah, this is the Cheedy Q1 Pro that I'm testing, or that I'm finishing the video on. It has the acceleration capped at 10K in their slicer profile, but most of it's running at like 5K. Again, this is also the an optimized pre-sliced model. I can guarantee that their profile in their slicer or whatever someone's extracted and put into Orca is not going to be anywhere near this. This is definitely like extreme as far as pushing its capabilities. Unaltered fluid, well done, Creality. Well, it's hidden behind the port though. Like if you go just to the IP, it has their Creality sort of skinned version of it. But yeah, this looks good. It looks faster than the Mark IV. I think this is faster than a Mark IV. Like this speed it's pushing right now, I also think. I've been printing with the Mark IV a lot the last week here, cranking out parts. Granted, I'm not printing at the fastest speeds, I'm going the strength profile, but I would also agree that, yeah, I would also agree with that statement. Oh, it's 2:06. Everybody, if you have not signed up for the filament giveaway that's pinned in chat, please do so now. We will be drawing. I'll give you 2 more minutes. Is this or the underwire faster and cleaner? That totally depends. So I am going to say this frame is more rigid than that of an underwire, but you're limited to what this hardware is. So on the underwire, like if you have a higher flow hot end, you can get above 20 cubic millimeters a second. Also, depending on what you do for cooling, you can get better cooling. Oh, this is pretty impressive cooling. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty damn impressive cooling. For an out of box, I mean, you guys watched everybody as we put this together. It was 8 screws. So to go from 8 screws to this, I mean, I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I don't get the deal on CoreXZ. You're not alone. I love CoreXZ though. I talked about it earlier. It's one of those things where I think, you sort of have to just love it or not. And I love it. I think it's such a weird motion system. I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, I like it for the oddness of it. I also think that a big part of, it's not for everybody. So some people build Vorons because they are just looking for really high performance 3D printer, and there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people that build Vorons also are building it for the experience of it. It's fun. Like, I mean, it's not fun to everybody. I think it's fun. Picking out your parts, picking out the colors you're going with, what sort of mods and upgrades you're doing, like that whole process is something you just can't get from a retail printer. Be it, you know, this Ender 3 V3, be it the SV08, it's just a different thing. It's checking a different box. And I'm glad that it exists because there's tons of people. I mean, most of the people that I know outside of 3D printing, I told them, hey, do you want to spend the 40 hours of your life over the next 2 months and just be in a room with a bunch of parts and build a 3D printer? They'd say I'm nuts. There's no way. If I told them, hey, you want to help me build this printer? Do you want to build this printer that takes 8 screws and you'll be up and running in 30 minutes? But yeah, that sounds cool. So it's just a different person. It's a different checkbox. Where can you get a Voron kit? A bunch of Voron kits. LDO, Cybor, those are the 2 I've used. There's also FISAC, Formbot, there's like, West 3D has their a la carte where you can sort of pick pieces and they'll put it together, sort of in a, not quite a kit, but kind of a kit, like a la carte kit. Okay, I'm gonna pull the giveaway link. So everyone that's filling it out, this is your last chance. Let's remove, unpin. I mean, cooling is really not looking bad for the speed it's pushing. Whatever that fan is that's strapped to the back of it, in combination with what's strapped on the front of it, is doing a damn good job. Like it is doing a good job. I don't see, I mean, the tiniest of stringing. And maybe it wasn't 10%, like Nuno said, maybe it was 5% infill, but I still find it quite impressive. All right, let's see, what are we doing here? I am going to, okay, so whoever hasn't filled out the form, we've got 132 entries. That is everybody that we are getting. Also, did we get up to 150? 143, all right, if you haven't smacked the like button, if you haven't smacked it, you get us for good luck for for the Halloween Benji. Okay, downloading all of the entries. Download responses. Downloads, extract, extract all. Bada boom. Okay. Google Drive. That is not what I want. Holy crap, 1 second everyone. I got a bunch of folders open. Here we go. Replace the existing file. Should I smack it like a VZ-Pop PSU? Don't smack it. It's definitely impressive independently. I think Ed Printing tapped into the classic hobby kit thing more than most machine appliances. You had to fix the Ender 3. Maybe that's the sauce. Same with Voron. Looks cool. Yeah, it's a... So any plans on building a Chong? I don't have plans right now, friend. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's Francois or Francis. I keep going back and forth. But I don't have any plans right now. VCore 4 is definitely planned, hopefully happening soon-ish. But yeah, I don't have plans of a chunk right now. I don't regularly punch printers, okay? The VZ-Bot was a very long, wide printer, and it was sticking out over the end, and I got excited. All right, here we go. Let's copy everybody's name. 132 entries. I've got 132 names here. We're at 90% for this print, so I think we'll let it finish, and then we'll do this drawing. But I've got everyone's names, so 132 entries are here. I wonder what the infill is on it. I wish I could see it. Did you try slicing stacked multiple models in Rocket Slicer? Wait, what? Why would you do that? The only time I've seen people do stacked models is resin printing. Are you going to build a Voron Phoenix? I don't have plans of building a Voron Phoenix. Never say never, but if I were to build one, space is still an issue. I mean, this is the most space I'll have, I think, in my life, unless I get a dedicated like commercial space, which I have no plans of. It's just so big. I would build it, and it wouldn't make it up here because of its size. It would stay in the garage, and I feel like it would, I don't know. Yeah, unless there was some kind of like collaborative thing where it's going to another home after, but I wouldn't be able to ship that thing, and I don't know how the heck that would work, and probably not. Probably not. Yeah. I would never leave the garage. Hey, Phil. If you build a Phoenix, you can never... Yeah, I definitely can't move at that point. I'd have to... Yeah, I feel like Aaron would... Turned out nice. Okay, let's do the giveaway, and then we'll take a look at this Benchy as sort of our final farewell. Okay. Here we go. How many times are we going to shuffle this? Tomorrow is Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival, which is the... No, tomorrow I leave... I don't know how many times I want to shuffle. How many times are we shuffling, everybody? Let's go 3 to 30. That's our range. Was it actually 12 minutes? That's a great question. Let me go to Fluid really quick here. Actual 1347. But I don't know... I imagine that takes the purge line into account, and I don't know if it took anything else into account. It did, so we'll call it 14 minutes roughly, but I want to say that it was probably close, very close to it. It was fast. It was very fast. Why are you highlighted? I don't know. I'll highlight, now Monkey Butler is highlighted. Okay, so what numbers? We got 222s back to back. Let's see, 27, 23. I saw the 222s back to back. I think that's a sign. We're doing it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Thank you to Polymaker for letting us doing this. I am super excited to see Nick, and I think that Sean, 3D Print General, is going to be there, who's now working for Polymaker, and Zombie, and Liz, and everybody else. But yes, thank you to Polymaker for letting us do this. The winner, I will contact you within 24 hours, and if I don't do that, contact me. Because I am traveling, things are weird, and I am squirrelier than normal. On that note, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Benny. That is a familiar name. Benny in the house. Benny is the winner. Benny. Benny and the Jets. Let's see. Standard sounds. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go on me. Sony. Yeah. Hadouken. There we go. Benny, congratulations. You are our winner. So I will reach out to you in the next, it has to be before 24 hours. I'm going to try to reach out to you tonight, Benny. And if I do not, Benny, you reach out to me. That way I send you it. But I'm going to do my best to remember. So, okay, let's take a look at this benchy. Thank you everybody for entering. Not good luck, but thank you everyone for entering, and hopefully, yeah, better luck next time. That sounds mean. I'm trying to be mean about it. Thank you everyone for entering. Thank you for Polymaker. All right, let's go. Okay, adhesion was really good. Bottom is sloppy. Let's see. You can't really see that well. Oh, come on. All right, let's change. Hold on. Let me change the depth of field is actually not as crazy as I thought it was. Is at 5.6. Let me bring you guys around this way so the light is on our side versus on our backs. Let's see. Can you see that? I don't know how you can see that. Bottom's not great. I give bottom, it's not terrible either though. I mean, you can see the letters. I give the bottom like a 7 out of 10. It's there. It's not really smashed. There's not really elephant's foot, so it's hard to be super upset. There was no skirt, so I think that was part of why when it retracted and started here, there's a tiny bit of under extrusion. Why is this? What's happening? Let me, hold on everybody. It's my first time streaming and using a camera. There we go. That's a little better. Autofocus. The back, I can hardly see the text there. It looks definitely more like scribble to me, but not awful scribble. Really not awful scribble. The front is what was really impressing me. The bow, I didn't like the, oh come on. So we obviously see the ringing. Input shaping was not able to remove all of our ringing, but the front, like the cooling, it was what was kind of blowing my mind. I was expecting a very droopy front, and it's like, it is clean. It is very clean, that front there. Top looks good. Some slight under extrusion. You can see sort of the cross pattern right here in the center, but it's really not awful. It's really not. I see some under extrusion right here towards the back. Little bit of droop, a little bit of like, oops, you can't see that. A little bit of droop right here, but not really any stringing. I mean, I think I saw one in the light from one direction, but it's really not bad. This is for 12 minutes, and considering again, like maybe the infill was not right, but it was 2 walls, it was 3 bottom. I didn't count the top, but I want to say it was probably 2 or 3. It's hard to be upset with this. This is pretty damn solid. Like if this is worst case scenario at those crazy quick speeds, scale it back like 30%, and you should be looking at some pretty solid prints. So yeah, that was Ender 3 V3, which was surprising. Well, maybe not even surprisingly, but it was fun. Like it was a good looking printer. The hardest part of this whole thing was me trying to figure out how to pull the tool head off. So this is an interesting one. Again, I mentioned earlier that it's definitely getting lost with its price point, and it's the market right now with all the CoreXYs. It's getting lost in the shadows of all that, and I understand why it is. I feel like, and I don't know if they can even do it with the cost that it's costing to manufacture this, but I feel like if they could get this printer to be $299, which I wouldn't be surprised if we see a sale on it. I think, didn't I go on SceneSmart's website and it's on, yeah, okay. So This right now on their website, they're saying it's $350, and there is a coupon according to this where it's $315. If that is with free shipping, I think that that's a fair price. However, if I go over to their Amazon and it's $419, that's a huge difference. And then you're like in, you know, some serious getting into like the CoreXZ territory, and I'm like, yeah, it's hard to, like, how would you, unless you've really got an inkling for a CoreXZ for whatever reasoning, it's hard to justify that. But at $315, if Creality can somehow get this thing down to $299, I think this is a seriously solid first impression of like what I would be looking for in a bed slinger. So even ModPod doesn't seem impressed. Yeah, great for a 13-minute benchy. Decent for a 13-minute benchy, not gonna lie. Not that impressed with this one. Is it price-wise or spec-wise or what? All right, bed slingers have come, yeah, bed slingers have come a long way. I don't disagree with that. All right, let me see if I can catch up on any last minute messages. Very late to the stream, finally the time to do the clack ender. Nice, it's a game changer. Ordering parts for the belted Z, having an issue with PTG, becoming really brittle and easy to break. That doesn't sound like PTG. I would check your extrusion. I would print warmer to make sure you're getting good interlayer adhesion, but PTG should not be really brittle. It's definitely got more flex than like PLA or ABS, so something's not right if that's the case. I hate the blue corporate. Oh, I just created comments outright bad. I don't know what that was about. Back is rough. Maybe we can catch up the next stream. If I will not resolve issue, but I will experiment with motor current. Oh, I think I missed what you were talking about earlier, Wojcicki. You seem quite active in interesting comments. Do you have a channel to follow? DRT. Okay, I will assess it and look into it tomorrow. Thanks. I think it's strange that they kept Ender name scheme on the CoreXZ. Why? What do you mean? They didn't. It's the K1 and the K1 Max. Or this is not a CoreXZ. Why? You mean the CoreXZ? PTG has very little impact resistance. PTG has very little impact resistance. That doesn't sound right. PTG should have more impact resistance than PLA or ABS because of the flex. That doesn't sound right. GPs? Around 5 kilos. An ender is whatever you want it to be. If you want impact resistance, you need ASA. That doesn't sound right to me. I feel like normally ASA I would recommend for higher tensile strength, but impact, usually you want more flex. PTG is surprisingly bad. PCGG improves on a bit. That's interesting. I'll have to look at some 2DSs then. ABS is more flex, impact resistant. PTG is better than PLA. Okay, gotcha. Maybe I'm used to more comparing it to PLA than maybe I'm used to comparing it more to PLA than ABS or ASA then. If you look at the text speech, PLA and PTG are very low. I know PLA is, like I know PLA shatters fairly easily. And my recommendation was always if you were going for something with more impact, maybe the reason why ABS and ASA haven't made its way into that recommendation for me is that up until like a year and a half ago, there just weren't a whole lot, like most printers were i3 open format and they just weren't very good at printing with ABS and ASA. So that's maybe why it's not in there. When I tried to print the same backpack strap adjuster in PLA, it held up for over half a year. Weird. BGJ feels instant because of the flex. I think that's it. ABS gives slower. Yeah, it's interesting. Because impact resistant should be able to take a harder hit without shattering or deforming. Well, elongation at break, and that's interesting. Usually PLA Pros, I tend to print a modified ABS, they're around 55. Wow, that's crazy. 80% of my prints are ABS. Yeah, I mean, with all of the Voron type printers or VZBot or the rat rigs with ABSs, they print ABS so well, and you have to dial in ABS to build them typically because the parts are in ABS or ASA, that it makes sense. Like you get a good profile dialed in for it, and these printers print ABS very well, that you would stick with that. Welcome to CNC Kitchen, right? All right, everybody, I am going to call it. Aaron's got work in, I think, like 2 hours, so I'm going to eat something small, and then I'm going to do some editing, and then hang out with Jack before I get ready for Rocky Mountain. I cannot believe that I will be tomorrow at this time. I will be in Denver, which is nuts. So, thank you everybody for hanging out. I think again the game plan will probably be next Wednesday. Will be that final Enderwire stream. Tuesday, I'll try to get the toolhead board swapped out for the same toolhead board just to make sure that the probe is working again. I don't really know what's going on. It seems like something faulty with the toolhead board. And as long as that's working, then yeah, the next day we'll hang out, take a look at the profile, or take a look at the config, do a print on it, maybe start put together the enclosure, and then the following Wednesday is when we'll begin the Positron Journeymaker build. I just need to cut the motor shaft down to size, and we'll be ready to rock and roll on that. So thank you everybody for hanging out, for entertaining me. I feel like I'm supposed to be the one entertaining, but thank you all for entertaining me. It was a really fun stream, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody that will be at Rocky Mountain, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day, rest of their week, and I will catch you all next time. So thank you everybody. Also thank you for all the new members, existing members, gifted memberships, and the donations, and I will reach out with the form for the Polymaker winner today, Vinny. So, all right everybody, cheers, have a great rest of your day.